Yo, what is up guys? Marvin here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back in today's video. Today's video, man, you can see the sun is shining. I got my hair down because someone wanted to see it. And before we dive into today's subject, I hope you see me a little bit bigger because I'm back on the bulk, man, because I stopped modeling and now I can go back to a healthy weight. I'm already at 86 kilos and I hope to get pretty big in the next months. But again, what is today's topic, man? We're gonna be talking about why you're not getting big. If you're watching this video, you probably have some trouble getting bigger in the gym, or it's just for everybody to just understand how you get big. Now there's 1,000 video about this topic, but it comes down to mainly two things, and today I'm going to show you what those two things are, and it's not so difficult as you think. Okay, it's two main mistakes all the people I have seen in the gym that never make progress do. It's something that I have figured out really early on in my fitness journey, and that is why today I am who I am. So let's dive right into it. As I said before, there is two main mistakes people make. The first one is on the training. This is why we're gonna see the muscle, and the second one is on the eating, but I'm gonna show it later. Now let's go back to the basics. Bodybuilding is about building muscle, so we need to know what the muscle is. It's a human tissue and it is made up of fibers. That's the only thing you guys need to know. And there's three types of fibers: type 1, type 2A, and type 2B. I wrote a bunch of stuff here, like the type 1, they are aerobic, they are weak, and they are slow. The type 2A, they are aerobic, they are also anaerobic, they are strong and they are fast. The type 2B, they are anaerobic, very fucking strong and fast. The type 1 are basically the ones that marathon runners use. You see them, they're really skinny and they can run really fast because they have a lot of type 1 fibers. But what we need to understand in bodybuilding is that the type 1, when you train them, they don't get bigger, they get more vascular, so they're gonna have more capillaries. The type 2 ones, when you train them, they get fucking bigger. They're gonna load up more glycogen, they're gonna have more enzymes, more creatine, they're gonna get bigger, they're gonna get more fibers, because inside they have even smaller fibers made out of protein. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? That if you train type 1, you can train all day, you're not gonna get bigger. Like if you want an arm like this, you want to train the type 2. Like when I flex my arm like this, 80% of this volume is made out of type 2 fibers. Here's the problem though. The fibers are controlled by neurons. These are the nervous system cells. Every combination of one neuron with many fibers is called a motor unit. The type 2 motor units, so the neurons that stimulate the type 2 fibers, they get activated when you're at 80% of your strength. Let me explain this a little better. Let's think we are going for a walk. When we are going for a walk, the body's gonna say, okay, I don't need that much strength. So it's gonna activate, let's say 10 motor units, all for type 1. So we're gonna go aerobic, weak fibers, and we're just gonna go for a walk. Now, if we start running, we need a lot more of power. So the body, let's say, it doesn't activate 10 motor units, it activates 100. And a few of those are gonna be, or a lot of those, are gonna be type 2 fibers or motor units. So you're gonna be able to run much faster. But what is the problem with activating type 2 fibers is that they're anaerobic, so they get tired pretty easily because they work without oxygen. They're gonna build up acid in them. Now all this talk for what? What is the thing that you need to understand when you're going to the gym? What you need to understand is that you're in the gym doing strength training.
So we need to train the fibers that are very fucking strong, and they get activated when you're using 80% of your strength. So when you go lift the weights, you want to lift a weight that is 80% of the strength your arm can put out. Now you get it that, like, if you're able to lift, let's say 15 kilograms like this for 10 reps, if you're going in the gym and doing 8 kilograms, you're training type 1 fibers. You're not activating the motor units that will activate the type 2 fibers. Do you see the problem here? This is why you need to lift heavy, because if you don't lift heavy, you don't activate the fibers that grow. Because I'm gonna say this another time, training adaptation, you can see when the type 1 get trained, they get more vascular. The type 2A and the type 2B, you know, the type 2A, I didn't say it, but it's like halfway between the type 2B and the type 1, but it's not important. When they get trained, the adaptation they get is hypertrophy. Have you ever heard of muscle hypertrophy? It means muscles that are growing. So this is first mistake everybody makes. There is nothing else that you're missing out. Like, we could say everything, you're not doing the right sets, not the right numbers, cap. The only thing you're not doing is you're not activating the type 2 fibers. So when you go to the fucking gym and you do the bench press, when it's your 10th rep, if you're doing, let's say, 3 sets, 10 reps, it should fucking burn. Like, you should be doing like this, because you need to exhaust the type 2 fibers. You need to push hard. And this thing, it applies for every fucking muscle in the body. Let's say the abs. You can see my abs are not pretty bad. I never did one crunch in my life. Why? Because when you do crunch, you're training type 1 fibers, not the one that grow. So you could do 1,000 of these, your abs will not grow. But now if there is the machine, for example, where you pull down and you're really strong, that's gonna make them grow. Or when you do the squat and you stabilize here, that's gonna make your abs grow. But yeah, man, some people just forget it. But hey, man, it's all good. You got into this channel, you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. So train fucking hard in the gym and try to activate those type 2 fibers. Here we are in the second part of the mistakes, and that is the nutrition, man. Nutrition is fucking important. We can see here, muscle is made out of water, protein, minerals, vitamins, and fats. I have put here glycogen and creatine apart. I'm gonna talk about them later. But again, water, protein, minerals, vitamins, and fats. Where do you get that? From food. So if we want to build muscle, we want to have more of this stuff so that we have an excess that can be used to build. Glycogen and creatine are important. Why? Because those are things that go inside the muscle. They suck up water and they're gonna pump up the muscle with water, making it seem bigger. What are the best foods? The foods that gives us this stuff that we need. Eggs, red meat, white meat, fish, milk products, fruits. You can see I didn't put whey protein in there. Why? Because when you eat 30 grams of whey protein, okay, that is protein, but you can see the muscle is not only made of protein. We need the minerals, the creatine, the vitamins, the fats, and that is where eggs, meat are the kings, bro. Like, king of the best fucking food you can eat. The biggest improvement I made in my physique is when I started to eat 2 eggs a day. In the last 3 years, I'm eating at least 2 eggs a day. And the complete egg. Like, why would you throw away the yolk? People, they get just the yolk and they throw it away. Are you fucking nuts, bro? In the yolk, that's where all the good stuff is. Vitamin A, vitamin D, choline, and 1,000 other micronutrients that you need for muscle growth and brain development. Eat the eggs whole, bro. The cholesterol that you eat, too much cholesterol, it's capped, man. And I put it right here, cholesterol, man. It's the main part to build testosterone. So eating a little bit more cholesterol, especially if you're skinny, if you're trying to put on weight, it's the best thing you can do because it's gonna raise your testosterone. If you're watching this video and you're really interested, that means that you have trouble putting on muscle. So you're a beginner. A beginner, it makes no fucking sense that he tracks all his calories, all his macros, gonna be like, no, wait, now I need 15 grams more of carbs or fat. Bro, shut the fuck up. I never tracked my macros once in my life, so you don't need it. What you need to do if you want to put on that muscle, eat everyday these foods, milk, milk products. If you're lactose intolerant, bro, I'm sorry for you. Like, yeah, but jokes apart, you can find lactose-free stuff, or you can just eat fish, meat, eggs. Eating big means eating a lot, but eating a lot of the right food, of the food that gives you nutrients. If you eat big, let's say you go to McDonald's and you eat fries. Those fries are made up of carbs that you can see are important because they give us energy. So you have more energy, you're gonna do better workouts and stimulate the muscle more. But they're not building blocks. Plus, do you see carbs somewhere here boosting GH and testosterone? No. What's important is proteins and, bro, the fats. Oh my god. Everybody's eating low fat, but the fats are the real factor to drive muscle growth. Where do you get cholesterol? From fats. More cholesterol means testosterone. Zinc. Man, zinc is super important to build more testosterone, to get bigger. So eat your fucking red meat. Do you want to get big? Don't eat a bowl full of rice. Eat a fucking big ass red meat steak. That's gonna make you big as fuck. I guarantee you this, 100%, no cap whatsoever. But let's not forget about micronutrients and so vitamins and minerals, because the muscle, it's made out of vitamins and minerals. And especially you can see why is it important to eat fruit and vegetables, because vitamin C, it's used in an enzyme that produces collagen. Now having better collagen, it means no injuries, because your tendons and many structures of the muscles are made of collagen. So if you're having no vitamin C, it means you don't produce good quality collagen, and you're gonna snap your shit up. With this being said, I know it sounded a little bit confusional, but now let's say what you should do. So first of all, water. You should pee. Your pee should be clear every day. Every time you go to pee, if it's yellow, you're dehydrated. So drink your water, because muscle is made out of water, and a lot of anabolic pathways like mTOR C1 are stimulated by nice hydration. Number two, eat protein. So if you want to have a nice breakfast, eat eggs with some milk and whatever else do you like. Butter, bro. Like, don't be afraid to put butter on your stuff if you're trying to grow, because butter has cholesterol and other nice nutrients that you need for muscle growth. Then, if you want to have stronger workouts, like if you're having trouble having power in the gym, you should have more B vitamins. So, from meat and white meat, red meat, okay? Fish also contains them. And carbs. So, if you're having trouble lifting up heavy weights, try to higher your carbohydrate intake. And for the rest, man, just eat how you feel like. You know, the body is really good at regulating itself. Like, you don't need to force feed yourself. The body knows what it needs. You just need to give him the right food, and the body will do everything for you. You don't need to track calories for him unless you want to get super shredded. You just need to do him a favor and gobble down the right amount. So eat big, but eat big of these foods right here. As you can see, there is a lot of science behind bodybuilding. I explain all the stuff in a really easy way, but I tell this, it's one of the main philosophies of myself. increase your knowledge. Like, it is okay to be followed by a personal trainer, but always try to know your shit and learn the more you can. Since I started 16 years old, I always studied everything. Now I'm also a med student. That's because I really love what I was studying, but try to learn the stuff by yourself and then try to experiment on yourself, because everybody has a different genetic, you know, every time has a different body. So for someone, eating lots of meat is better, for someone eating lots of eggs, for someone they need a lot of carbs, they need less carbs. This is something you figure out by yourself, and that is why I tell you guys, study, study, study. Not only training all day, but of course training is also important. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that if you have struggled building muscle with this video, you will have something more clear and that you will be able to build your dream physique. Everything said, see you guys in the next video.